the show for real estate entrepreneurs. What is your advice to people that want to get to the next level? Because you've built several successful businesses, you've had several successful exits. So what is the Sharran formula for that?
Yeah, so I'll answer it differently. So let's say I was the one, not the regret, but if I were to do one thing differently earlier, what would I do? And it may sound a little hokey, but I would get a highly paid, highly compensated coach or mentor much earlier. Much earlier. And I'll tell you what happened. So I was down in the dumps one day. Our business was not going, I was at TELUS, the business was not going great. I was trying to figure my stuff out. I called my dad and I said, hey Dad, I'm struggling with this. My dad's like, hey, I heard there's a speaker in San Francisco. You should go listen to her. She's talking about how to save your health and save your business or whatever. So I was like, whatever. So I pay like $300, drive to San Francisco. I go listen to the speaker, and Oliver, everything she said felt like she was talking to me. I was going to raise my hand and she would answer the question. It was like a perfect kind of thing. And I was just sitting in the back of the room. So I called my dad on the way back. I'm like, Dad, you won't believe it. Like, she was amazing. And my dad said, well, do you think she could add better value to you personally? And I said, yeah. He goes, well, you should ask her. I said, Dad, like, I can't afford this. And so he said, I kid you not, he's exactly this. He said, pick a number that is painful yet affordable. And let's pick a number, right?
Yeah.
$10,000.
Yeah.
And he said, write an email to her saying, hey, so-and-so, I saw you speak and at this location, it changed my life. And this was his quote. My dad's big on scripting. He said, I would like to offer you this X, $10,000, as a symbol of my seriousness.
Ooh.
As a symbol of my seriousness. And all I ask in return is that you prioritize my communication. I don't need one-on-one meetings, nothing. Just when I email you, email me back. She responded saying, is this a joke? Right? And I said, no, I'm 100% right. She goes, write it up. So I printed the email. I don't know what write it up means. I signed it. I sent her the email printed out and a check for 10 grand. She became my first coach. I paid her a ton more money than that over the years.
Yeah.
And her entire job was to help me become a better leader to grow TELUS 10X.
That's amazing.
And if I could have accelerated that process in any way, I would have done that so much earlier. Like I pay so much money for coaching right now and mentoring right now, and I just believe that. I believe so much in that. And
I actually do too, 100%. Yeah. And I'm curious just what your thoughts are on what it was about her that had the impact.
Yeah, so I think what I needed at that time was I thought I had all the answers. And the interesting part is for entrepreneurs, when you and I are stuck on a problem, called the 15-minute rule. Mm-hmm. If you and I work on a problem together and you're really working on it and you try to solve it, and in 15 minutes you don't get a solution, you get deeply frustrated. Like my wife, she's an amazing engineer, et cetera. She can work for 3 days on a problem. But when you work for 15 minutes and don't get a solution, you're deeply frustrated and you have nobody to talk to about it. Because now what do you go to a team and say, I don't know how to do this? Like you feel weird about it.
Right.
And the second is our highest of highs and our lowest of lows, the top 5% and the bottom 5%, it's very hard to share it with somebody. So let's say you're having a tough day with your partner. Who do you share it with? Not your spouse. Right. They don't want to hear it.
Yeah.
Right? And nobody that can actually give you really good perspective. So the 15 and 5 is really important. So what she helped me was get through the 15. I worked through a problem. I didn't get a solution. She gave me a little outside perspective, changed my thinking, and I was off to the races. It was really powerful. And the second is the highest of highs and the lowest of lows. Like, yeah, we sold a business and we came home and my wife told me go get some more milk. Like, that's normal.
Yeah, take the garbage out,
It's
honey.
okay. It's totally okay, right? But to have someone harness the entrepreneurial energy from the 15 and the 5 gets super powerful.
I love that.
Yeah. So I would say just the faster you can get a coach, and if the coach has not been there, done it, I'm sorry, like it's hard for me.
Yeah, me too.
I don't think they can help see around corners. So if you ask me, hey, how do you 10x a business? I could probably, or Roland, we can give you the roadmap. I can walk you through the pain before it becomes pain.
Yep.
I can walk you through the success before it becomes success. But that's like, asking a golf instructor who's never hit a golf ball. Right. It's kind of weird, right? And so I will gladly, I paid when I was transitioning from after TELUS to Douglas Elliman, after Douglas Elliman to the new venture, I paid a really well-known coach who helps people with after selling businesses, I paid him $35,000 for one day.
Wow.
And you've done a couple of those.
No, we've
You've done a couple of those. You've done a couple of power days.
Yeah.
I did a one day, and like that was first time I'd done that. I've done bigger checks for longer amounts of time, but that also made me show up better. I was like, hey, I'm in. I'm making this work.
And a lot of people can't wrap their head around a price tag like that. And the best way that I can describe it, and this is another one from Greg Reed, is he was like, look, I wanted to climb K2 or Mount Kilimanjaro.
Yeah.
And he was like, I wasn't going to hire some random person off the street to take me up there. I wanted to hire a Sherpa that's been up it 10,000 times already. And all I did is I walked in his exact footsteps up the mountain.
Totally.
And it was the safest, quickest, most efficient route of getting there. And so by just paying that money up front, you're either going to pay in one of two ways. Yeah. You're either going to pay the cash or you're going to pay in time. And in most scenarios, especially you know, in really niche type situations, a lot of times it makes sense to just pay for the advice and shortcut the success.
The few CEOs that I mentor, like every Monday, I've told you this, every Monday I write a kickoff email to my company, and I share that email with the 7 CEOs that I mentor. I actually know one guy that has a huge company, 442 people. He actually takes that email, copy, pastes it, changes the name, and he sends it to his entire team.
I love it.
He's like, why would I change anything?
Yeah.
This makes total sense, and Sharran already wrote it. I'm just going to use the blueprint. And now, like, his engagement is up, his culture is up, everything is up. And he goes, hey, this is amazing. So I think you and I are similar. If you find a way to, like, if I told you that you could spend a weekend with me for $10,000, I'm picking up a number, and I would show you how to take your listing presentation from here to here, you would be crazy not to do it. There's no chance you're going to get access to that unless you go to closing table. But like, that would be a no-brainer investment. For someone who's like, oh my God, it's 10 grand.
And you'll make that money up so fast,
like that,
right? Yeah. That's the crazy part.
Yeah, at Carrie Show, they made, I think, $1.6 million in like 12 weeks or not, just by implementing a few things, which is amazing.
Yeah, she credits that to your listing presentation.
Yeah, thankful,
So if you want more on that listing presentation, come to our Closing Table Mastermind. You can find out more at closingtablemastermind.com. We'd love to have you.
To listen to this full Founders Club interview, go to foundersclub.tv.